What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Expedition of the Damned, picking up rather quickly after the last one due to extenuating circumstances. We will be playing this more regularly for a little while somebody from Emberfell takes a little break, raising a level 1 human. So, in the interim, I'm, of course, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick. All right, looks like we got everybody from the expedition here today. Let's start off with the one and only Pierce Galactic.
What's going on, everybody? Guys, miss me insulting Henry and his quape over there because I'm so jealous. That was behind the scenes. I'm here to play Wolfram Kistler again. Man who is just so stupid. Just so very, very dumb. So gullible, so easy to fall for a pretty gun and a bad knife game. And I'm very ready to follow Sir Henry and go get out of town for whatever reason necessary.
Get out of town. Just get out of town. Let's slide on down to Dan Decker.
Maybe. Good evening, everyone. There we go. Yeah, when there's two mutant buttons. Well, that's because I'm an ogre. I'm not too intelligent. Ben Decker here will be playing Nog Throat Ripper this evening. Quite possibly the most renowned gourmet ogre cook there ever is or ever will be. I am happy to be a part of this expedition of the damned.
Indeed. Then how about
I won a cooking contest last week.
You did?
Or last time.
You did.
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Ogre Iron Chef.
That's right. That's me.
Complete. Yep. How about we scoot on over to Nate?
Hello. Nate and I will be playing Lucien Levesque, a human duelist who is excited to have a short-term mission again. Fully healed up, fully equipped, ready to get back out there.
Do his thing. And then slide on over to our wizard for the night, Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a apprentice, Bright Wizard of the Bright College. He doesn't quite have any legitimate fire spells yet. He's got Dart, as you saw in the last episode you watched. Not very effective. He's hoping that his companions will protect him on this crusade across the sands.
Well, make sure you're mindful of that. And then last but not least, Henry Berthold.
Yes, Henry Berthold, young, strong, and attractive squire who is probably underqualified for the role that he just took on.
We'll see. We will indeed see if that is true or not. Okay. That will bring us up to speed then. Last we left off, the party had found themselves in the city of Corsairs and the Sheik. You guys all were garnered time. You had a little bit over a month as Nog was healing his broken arm. The rest of you were recovering from various wounds and whatnot, and you were allowed to do some endeavors. Get your legs out, do a little stretching around town, explore the Sheik, and better yourselves as best you can. And in so doing, a number of you receive some new equipment, and do make sure you have that all equipped if you haven't already. Also, as a reminder, armor, if you're wearing it, you get to subtract 1 encumbrance if you're wearing it. The moment you take it off, it goes back to full encumbrance, whatever it is. So, just food for thought. But in addition to that, you guys did some shopping. You met some interesting individuals. You had the lovely Pucelle, the weaponsmith, as well as some not so nice individuals. One of them being a snake of a man that had a very nice rifle that Wolfram did, in fact, attempt to swagger his way in and retrieve from said gentleman. It ended badly, one might say, with a contest failed. Ultimately,
Contest.
it was a contest. It wasn't rigged, maybe. Who knows? Regardless, though, it ended with Wolfram being massively in debt. I believe 300 gold pieces was the amount that he is to pay back at some point, with a bit of a threat given to him to not leave port or they would find him. In addition to this, all of you managed to gather at the at Lord at the Lord's house that you guys have been using as the headquarters for the expedition. And all of you in your own ways were giving tasks to help aid the expedition in getting back on its feet after the massive setback at sea. With Henry given a task by Otto Stemler, his uncle and knight, who he squires for, informing him of rumors out in the desert that he'd heard of possibly men of the Empire being harried by orc boar boys. They were near the far-off town of Kofar that was currently, from what rumor has it, is under siege by a massive orc wa. And we'll see how that spills out elsewhere. Giving Henry an opportunity to either find information or go looking himself and report back to Otto on his findings, or if he can retrieve his knight commander, all the better. Luther was given the tasks of trying to secure some magical power for the expedition. In particular, he was asked to investigate the cult of Jinn, as well as find a shady individual that Magister Reichenbach had heard of in town. And hopefully you remember his name, because I don't have it in front of me right now. Regardless, though, he was given those tasks and told not to fail her. Otherwise, there will be hell to pay. Lucian,
the Shroud.
The Shroud, there we go, yeah, the Shroud. Lucian, Nog, and Wolfram were taken aside by Nazaro, who admitted that he's been having a hard time re-recruiting individuals. His name, ultimately in the shitter from the sounds of it. He's a man of vice, and it appears to be getting to him. A man after Wolfram's own heart, appears. And he offered you guys opportunities to aid him and yourselves by either escorting a merchant caravan outside of the city and back, or by aiding some ne'er-do-wells on the docks and liberating a cargo from another vessel for the Black Ark Corsairs. Just so happen to be the people that Wolfram's in debt to. Regardless, though, after all of the meeting, you guys had a bit of conversation together, trying to figure out which thread you're going to pull. You ultimately decided, at Henry's beck and call, to once again gather up and leave the safe confines of Lashik. Venture back out into the arid desert wind to find the knight commander of the local Knights Panther, Dieter Hellwig. Otto sent you to the docks to retrieve some supplies. In particular, there was a cart and a small number of men that were supposed to aid you on this endeavor outside the walls. However, when you arrived on the docks, you were informed that the person you were meeting was seen entering into the Pit of Blades. Upon entering, you all discovered a group of these crazed dwarfs. A fair number of them in the crowd, and one larger dwarf down in the pit itself, surrounded by 5 men, 4 of which he had already slain. He had a massive, tall, orange mohawk, the rest of his head shaved, a relatively, wearing almost nothing, bare-chested. Does have iron shod boots on, pants that seen a lot of travel, a lot of use. as well as a gargantuan double-bladed axe, two-handed great axe that he was wielding effortlessly in his massive rippling slabs of muscle that he calls arms. And you witnessed him split a man literally in two as he slayed 5 men down in the pit. He was also wearing a cape made out of the face skin of a giant, just dangling off of his back. Very disturbing for most people to gaze at. Regardless, though, you discovered that the men that were lying dead in the pit were in fact your entourage that were going to aid you in leaving the city. However, Henry sees the opportunity to go down and talk to Thorgrin Cragbender, the giant slayer in the pit, whom after a brief, feeling out of the other individual, grabbed a hold of Henry's arm, was going to pledge an oath that, Henry had told him about the orcs possibly, and spiked his interest, one might say. And he said that he would come with you all the way to try to claim these knights that you were looking for. Most people would probably think you're insane and crazy, venturing out in the direction of a Wa, but what do you know? The Slayers are worse. So they're on board for this semi-suicidal endeavor you guys have decided to undertake. Regardless, though, the Slayers, Cragbender retrieved his gold that he won, as well as his fellow Dawi liberated a nether cart in addition to the one that you guys had readied for you. Stacked it high with just copious amounts, kegs upon kegs of ale, and just set out. Apparently they need no other supplies. That's all that they're bringing with them, is just an entire wagon full of booze. They also did not have any beasts of burden to carry said wagon, so 2 of the Slayers picked it up and pulled it like ox themselves. But currently, you guys have all met. I'm assuming you are leaving the city proper, unless you guys want to do anything before you go. Nah.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. In that case.
Our question.
Yes.
Otto, is he like prepping us with the full supplies and stuff ready to go, or?
The wagon that you guys retrieved has basic supplies it is set up to last you for about 5 days of travel.
Okay. Like tents and stuff, I guess. I mean, we got our own packs.
It has you guys can, and this would be a good place to put your packs so you're not as weighed down. As you have experienced already, traveling within the desert can be quite hazardous to one's health, if not well prepared. And so a cart of some kind is almost a necessity, at least something to help carry the burden of everything that you guys are moving with. Nogda is his own burden, and he carries himself gratefully. Regardless, though, you have 5 days worth of food and water and all of that. Now, if you're out there longer than 5 days, you're going to have to come up with something. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. But for now, that's where we're at. So, if there's nothing else, you guys are going to be gathering right at the gates currently. You have your own wagon. Yes, Nog?
It might be important. I don't know how when we discuss this, but I used my XP to take the next step in my career. So I'm now a man eater silver 3, or was it silver 3?
Okay,
yeah.
You moved up to just the man eater. Okay,
I did.
Yeah.
So I have new talents and trappings and things to consider. But that's just for your information.
Yeah.
However you want to do that.
And now you're not going to get the trappings yet. You'll get
those.
No,
yeah,
you'll get that during the next like
downtime,
leg of the adventure. The next downtime you get, you'll get that. But you guys can move up at any time you want, or down, move back too if you want to. It all costs XP regardless. But
always, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So, but now I have some fun ideas.
Okay.
The next step in Nog's growth
Good.
journey. Yeah.
As you gather at the gate, the same gate that you had entered in, as you are literally exiting out of the same part of the city that you first entered. The large gate stands there. It is closed. Currently, you do see the guards, the actual soldiers that man the wall at the edge of the city. Normally during the day, early as it is, the gates are usually open, but for some reason they are currently closed. As you approach, one of the guards standing on the ground walks up to whoever's leading. What is this?
We are going to Kofor.
That is a bad idea, friend. It is dangerous. There is a siege on the city.
Yes, and we aim to help with that siege.
And he looks at you guys. He looks at the dwarves. Hey, this is you will not last, friends. I beg you to reconsider.
I think we'll do just fine, friend. We made it here before. I'm sure going way back won't be too bad.
There's a lot of things that might ought to be reconsidered, friend.
Indeed.
We're
Let's
just ready to make our way.
Let me just say that these gates are closed. You are free to leave. I do not know if you shall enter again.
If we take care of the problem, then your gates no need to be closed anymore. You can open them back up.
He kind of smirks. Yes, when you break the siege of Kofar, we will open the gates. Indeed. And the gates slowly open inward. And you guys were allowed to leave.
Wave.
They as they wave, you hear one of the guys up on the wall. Ow. Safe travels. Don't let the gobbles get you.
Gobble. What's he talking about?
Yeah, there's no reply, Luther.
Oh. Thank you.
You wave back. They all just kind of like shake their heads, knowing that you'll never come back. As the gates slowly close behind you and shut. You hear a large latching noise, as you know the large bar that you saw previously placed is reset. A very solid bastion against what might possibly be another siege after whatever happens to Kofar. All right. The road
Henry,
is ahead of you.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Henry, I didn't think our goal for our little adventure was to break a siege. Perhaps we were just trying to find your friends, bring them home. Hopefully they're not inside the city of Kofa, surrounded by a horde of greenskins.
Luther, we will do whatever it takes to bring them home.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Luther, you heard from your mistress, as you like to refer to her.
Yeah.
This campaign is doomed if we do not bring back any more knights.
Yeah. If Mistress would be interested in the knights, just so you know, when we get back to town, I might have a matter or two to wrap up myself. Maybe we do that first before we go back and see even the mistress. You know what I mean? Yes. Let's move on.
By the way, Luther, that knock on your face, it has gone down some the last time I saw you.
She's got a mean right hook. Let me tell you.
She did that to you.
She did. Her staff was made of iron, I believe. It hurts. When struck to the face.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you look like a man. A good scar or a good blow like that brings out the man in you. You're so pretty. I look at you and I think of women. So no, perhaps you should get hit more often.
Thank you.
Okay. And we are off. After that, you're slowly walking. It is early in the day. The heat is out. You guys are in summer, essentially. A perpetual summer, one might say. It is not only hot but miserable. Somewhat a little muggy if you were to get closer down to the shore. As you know, the road is quite close to the actual shore itself. It does weave off several times closer towards the mountains, but for the most part, it stays near the coast. Regardless, though, as you set out, there's not a cloud in sight as far as you can see, even over the vast ocean, the gulf of water that you had previously traveled. The smell of brine and pretty much nothing else is all that wafts into your nose, as there is nothing else to smell or see in the arid land of Araby that you're currently a part of. There's sparse vegetation. It is not a complete, like, you're not in sand dunes or anything. I'll remind you that kind of over here. Between this part of Araby, between the shoreline and the mountains, it's just extremely arid, not necessarily barren. But as you move forward, I'm going to need a check of some kind. Now, I'm going to give you guys options here on how you can do this. So, each leg of the journey, we're going to do what are considered travel endeavors. That's the way we're going to kind of do this. I did something similar on the way too. So, there are several different things you guys can be doing, and you'll make one roll each day to see how you're going to do things. So, you guys can like you can whittle, you can like woodcraft something, whatever you want to do for that. Essentially, you can forage. You can attempt to gather information, possibly from like passing travelers or things like that. You can just keep watches for nighttime. That can be a thing. So that way we're not perpetually doing it every night. You can map the route that you're currently in. I know Henry's been interested in drawing maps. That can be a thing. You guys can practice skills kind of along the way, if they make sense, that is. You guys can also take time to recuperate quicker than you normally would. In so doing, you will get options to possibly alleviate more fatigue conditions if they were to pile up. It's a thing that you can do as you're traveling. It's not 100%. Just do also realize that if you fail any of these endeavors, that then we will be rolling for a random encounter to see how that goes. It might be in bad weather. It might, it just might be whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll see how it goes. And of course, you can decide that like to make like an actual camp. Like when you stop, you can focus on making like an actual like camp that will give you further benefits for traveling the next day, as opposed to just like plopping out some tents and some bedrolls and just sleeping for the night and then moving on. So, out of all of those, is there anything that kind of spikes your interest?
Could I maybe try to see if I can scamper to the top of a local dune and do a perception check to see if there's a spring or water available, just to basically look for a potential campsite or place to
This would be considered foraging, and you will need to make an outdoor survival test.
Yeah, I don't have that skill yet, so I'm not gonna do that then. That's fine. Could I try and buddy up with some of the fellow soldiers, not the knights, of course, but maybe do a gossip roll, see if I can see if they got him, just to find out what's going on. Maybe they've got some facts about the seas that we don't know about.
Go ahead.
Old.
This is
bleary-eyed Joe and
This is a challenging test. This will be
Okay.
a gossip roll. Go ahead and make it. This will decide your day's travel.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably a fail.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah. Let's I
Yeah.
got 2 fortune points now.
You do?
Because I got a fate point back. So you know what? Let's use one right now.
Yeah, sure.
Get
Why
out of
not?
the way. Why not? Ah, that's
89.
82.
89.
89? Yeah,
Yeah.
well. I guess I am
Gonna use
just
another
like
one.
my jokes fall flat. I'm just not as charming as I thought I was with the fellow soldiers. So we'll leave it at that.
And by fellow soldiers, you mean the Dowie Slayers. Those are
I thought we
who's
had
traveling with you.
some handgunners and halberders that
Oh no,
Nazario.
It's just us.
That's just you guys.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Of course, I'm not going to talk to some Dowie.
Yeah,
They'll probably punch me in the face.
You're trying to talk to the dwarves.
Probably knock my tooth out.
And they just kind of look at you and just kind of shrug their shoulders. You do see like an odd
stupid manling
ramshackle kind of caravan that's kind of like very slowly moving past you guys in the opposite direction. You guys pass each other. They look battered and beaten. There are arrows sticking out the side of the wagon that they currently have pulling. And as much as you try to call out to them, Wolfram, and strike up a conversation, it falls on deaf ears. And because of that, we now get to roll on the encounter table.
You're welcome.
So go ahead and roll me a D100.
Everyone roll you that D100?
No, just Patrick's fine.
Well, I hope I'm just getting these bad rolls out of the way now. 75?
75. Okay. As you pass these individuals, the caravan continues to move, and you see there is a large camp ahead, quite large, in fact. So much so it is a kind of like a makeshift palisade wall and like a what would you call that? Not a fence, and like a break to kind of like break the road up has been haphazardly quickly put into place. What you see before you is you see a full contingent, the equivalent of a unit of guardsmen from Lashik. Appears to be about 50 or 60 guardsmen, and they are currently like getting this palisade on the walls together. They appear to have a large tower set up in the center, and they are looking out. They have somebody high up in the sky, on watch, essentially outside of the about. You guys have traveled almost a day outside of the city at this point. You're getting close to dark. As you approach closer, you see there are several guards that kind of walk outside towards your caravan, since you guys are not attempting to hide yourselves, I'm assuming. No, yeah. One of them calls out, "Hey, whoa, that is far enough. You are coming from Lashik?"
So coming from Lashik, heading to Kofa.
There has been a toll put in place, if you wish to pass.
Toll, very well. How much?
He looks at all of you, looks at the dwarves. 20 gold.
20 gold. I'm afraid we do not own that much money.
Well, then I suggest you give us what you have, and then be on your way. He looks at your cart full of supplies.
That is not going to happen, friend.
Then you can turn back.
Go back to Lashik.
Yes. There is no passing without paying the toll.
I don't have 20 gold, but I can give you some silver.
Henry, perhaps the dwarves, perhaps they have some gold. They are known for it.
did not want our company to be paying our journey, but you seem to know more about the Dowie than I do.
Mr. Cragbender, was it?
Ah, he's
Lord Cragbender?
currently drinking out of
Lord?
a large, a large like carafe, essentially. Ah, Grimnir's balls, it's hot out here.
Yes.
Yes. What do you need, Manling? What's the problem?
I am sorry to trouble you, Lord. The men of this area apparently want a toll.
A toll?
I know it's
He shouts.
it seems quite rude.
The three guardsmen kind of like look over towards the dwarf. He takes a few steps forward. You dare to obstruct a Dawiana's oath? Remove yourselves, or suffer my wrath. They both all three of them just kind of look at him. Let me go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Hope it's fine.
They girdle their loins and begin to backpedal away from all of you. They move towards the gate and they pick it up and move it out of the way. They kind of like the log with spikes on it. They pick it up and shuffle it out of the way. Forgive us, friend. You may pass.
Thank you very much, sirs.
As you guys move.
If it makes you feel better, sirs, we'll probably be dead in a few days. Goodbye.
Yes, as you guys pass through the encampment, you are allowed to pass free and clear, thankfully, to your Dawi contingent staying with you. Cragbender seems very happy with himself, kind of like strutting next to you guys, just walking. That's how you do it, Sonny. Aye, Manling. In my day, you'd never step up to one of the Slayer folk, one of the oath broken. That's madness, sheer madness. I believe I gave them plenty of notice. You'd hate to see what would have happened if they would have said no.
Well,
Last name Cragbender. How does one get to that name?
It's my family name, my ancestors.
It's very intimidating. As are you, my lord.
Very well, Manling, very well. You have a strange smell about you. You stink.
I am sorry. My job requires me to be a laborer for my mistress.
That's not the smell I'm talking of, Manling.
Ah.
The smell of the forge is a sign of respect in our culture, but no, you stink of magic. Demons.
Demons? I mean, I have been known to...
So all you manlings and your witchcraft spell slinging, just like those dreaded Elgi. Full of chaos you are.
You are probably right. I mean, I can cast a spell. I mean, it's not very powerful. Some sort of like a parlor trick. Let me show you. And I kind of, I shoot out a little dart.
Oh, dart. He does not look impressed. You stay far away from my kind, Manling. Far away. You'll taste my axe.
Of course, Crackbit. And I kind of back away. I seem to have upset him, Henry. He threatened to kill me.
I don't really like that. Luther would probably kill you with one hit. With his fist, I'd imagine.
Probably.
You guys will need to make, at this point, you will have to make your exposure tests. So I need you guys all to make a, I do believe it is a endurance test.
It's not very good.
That would be all of us
Any
this time,
bonuses?
Lucien, because you took the time to gather the necessary clothing, you will get a +10 to this roll.
You say this is endurance?
Yes, endurance.
I failed.
You do have a single reroll if you'd like to use it, Bob.
I think that would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
That's better. That's a critical success.
Critical success. Okay. Did anybody fail?
Henry did if it's just a straight roll.
It is a straight roll for you, Henry.
Okay.
All right, let me check. I haven't rolled yet. Let me check.
Actually, Henry, are you wearing your chainmail?
Not the coif.
Not the coif? Okay.
He would just have it like around his neck.
Do you have any other chainmail armor on? Is that
just it? I have the chain. I have the one that you can wear under your clothing.
The chain shirt.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the shirt.
Yeah, chain shirt, mail shirt.
Yeah, you have a minus 10 to this test, Henry.
Oh.
Because of
I failed anyway.
Chain armor. Yeah. So Henry, unfortunately, has a point of fatigue.
Yeah, so do I.
And so does Wolfram.
Yeah.
Nog, Lucien, Luther end up sticking it out. Nog, easily so. But after the day's travel, that would have been the beginning of the day. You pass through the encampment at this point. You get on the other side. All of you beginning to sweat and beginning to tire out. You will have to make one more check, one more endurance check before you guys rest for the night.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now? Oh.
We're just kind of doing them all at once. I love it.
Did Henry roll a 22?
22?
I believe he did.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a 38 against a 60.
All right. That's another fail for me, so.
Damn it, Wolfram. Another fail. Okay.
Very low on toughness.
Yeah. What's that, Luther?
I'll have to use a fortune to make a success, but that'll pass.
Okay. All right. So you use a fortune point to pass. Wolfram has 2 points of fatigue. The rest of you do well. Henry, you had a critical success?
Yes, but it's just a success technically. But it was a crit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a critical success.
Yeah.
Because of that, Henry, you will relieve yourself of your previous fatigue condition.
Back, baby.
You managed to rally in the end. Yeah,
drink some ale.
Drink some ale. You rally in the afternoon, and you are good to go. Wolfram, it looks like shit. At this point, Wolfram should probably sit in the cart and not do any more walking. He is.
I was already going to ask if I could do that. Yeah,
he's not looking good now. He gets him in the car. Like, oh shit. I should also mention that the cart that you guys were given is one of the carts that you guys had brought back to the expedition. The cage has been removed, and instead there has so it isn't covered yet, but the skeleton, like of what a covered wagon would be, is in place.
The frame.
The frame. Excuse me. Yeah, the frame is already in place, but there's actually nothing to cover it yet. Should you guys end up doing that at some point, maybe you guys get some bonuses for travel. Regardless, though, that ends the night. You guys all settle down for camp of the night. All of you eating your necessary rations for the day. Nog, it's a ration for you. The rest of you guys have consumed enough food to subtract. You're down to 4 days that was given to you with the expedition, in addition to whatever you guys have personally. All right. A night well rested. Wolfram, you're the only one with fatigue. Go ahead and roll me an endurance check again.
With the negative 20 from the 2 points?
You have your negative 20 from your fatigue, but you also get a plus 20 from the rest, so it'll be just a straight roll.
So the goal is 31.
Jesus, that's bad for you.
I mean, So we're going back to those initial pool rolls.
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
The rest of us get plus 20.
Yep.
Well, you got the rest of you don't have to do it because
Oh, it's just one. Okay.
yeah. All right. Unfortunately, Wolfram, you do not recover from any of your fatigue
Can I use my
conditions.
remaining fortune point to try see if I can?
Sure.
Yeah. Because if I don't get one of these downs, I'm gonna die. All right. That's it.
31.
That's the button right there. Yeah.
Okay.
I just passed.
With a pass, you recover a fatigued condition.
Okay. Cool.
So you still have one. But Wolfram's probably going to have to take it easy. He will not be allowed to make any tests for this next day.
Yeah. Can I just take like an entire day of rest or 2 days of rest in the wagon? Or
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Thank you.
So, as we are moving the next day forward, it is still hot as hell out here. I need one of you guys to give me one of the travel endeavors that I spoke to you earlier. If you want to find all of them, they are on page, I probably should have told you this earlier. They are on page 34 of the, what's this called? The Enemy Within Shadows Companion Guide. I don't know if I should have sent it to all of you, I think. Or at least some of you.
I can text it because I've got that too.
Okay,
The Shadows
yeah.
Companion. Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, it's page 34, 34 and 35. But you guys can try to make something, do some, essentially, it's called woodcraft, but basically what it is you're understanding the land, like able to navigate the weather and so on. Forage, gathering information, perhaps you pass somebody by, keeping watch, mapping the environment, practicing a skill, actively recuperating can be a endeavor, or making camp, making like a good camp that you'll have benefits for the next day.
What test would the making camp be?
So if you make camp, you'll have to make a outdoor survival test at the end of the night. And it will allow you guys to make heal tests to remove fatigued conditions.
I do have the heal skill, and I could try to help.
Many people have heal in the said party.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
Yeah. But it's something that you guys can do if you choose to make camp. But you can do any of those things.
What do you think would be most helpful, gentlemen? For Nog to do.
If we can put the covering over the wagon, I have a feeling that we're going to want that over the next few days.
You'll have to find something to cover it, though. Mm-hmm.
What? Okay,
Also
so let me ask you this, GM.
Yes,
Mr. Thick. If what beast might be felled in the areas nearby?
There are plenty of beasties around.
Would any of them, or big enough that, like, if I kill a couple of them for the party, that one, I get something to eat, and two, we might have some skin to craft a cover.
I will allow you, Nog. We'll see
Mm-hmm.
How you guys want to do this. I will allow you to make a foraging roll.
Okay.
It's an outdoor survival test.
Which I have, a 26. Oof. Oh, come on, dice, don't fail me now. And the dice are like, wah.
You never know.
You never know. That is a 40.
Oh, 44.
44 critical success.
I thought you said you had a 30.
A 26. Well, so long I still have to roll under it. To 20,
yeah.
26 for mine.
Yeah. So
outdoor survival skill.
So instead of being awesome, that's a critical failure, is what that is.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Yes. Sorry, Nog.
No, you're not.
As Nog goes searching, looking out in the distance, a few of the dwarves just kind of just kind of watch Nog as he just kind of like walks around and picks up rocks and looks under them, looking for something, looking around, jeering and jabbing at him. Because of that, we can now roll on the other table now. Roll me another D100, Nog.
What hell are you writing for me?
We'll see.
Uh-huh. Okay, is that a 30
A
straight?
30. Okay. Da, da, da.
Okay.
All right. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense to me. All right, Nog. Most of the day is going to pass by, meaning I'm gonna go ahead and have us do our endurance tests now. Wolfram, since you've been doing nothing, you will get a plus 20 to these rolls.
Ooh.
The rest of you just make straight endurance tests for me.
Yeah.
I passed it.
All right.
2 levels.
Oh,
1
yeah.
level. No, 2 levels.
Okay.
Did I lose my fatigue, or am I still? Is that just
No,
to not get a fatigue?
You still have
That's
one
just
fatigue.
one level
Okay.
of success for me, but I do
That's fine.
pass.
That's fine. Did anybody fail?
I can use a.
Okay. Do you want to pass, Henry? You're going to use a fortune point?
That'd be 2 fortune points right there. I'll let this one ride.
Okay. So Luther and Henry both receive a fatigued condition.
Tough to pass right now.
All right. This is the first leg of the day. The second leg comes up. You guys get to all make me one more endurance test before nightfall comes. All right. Is that a pass
No,
for
I
you?
failed that one.
It's
No.
a fail. It's a fail. Okay.
It's a failure. Yeah.
All right. I'm assuming Lucien, you failed that one.
Yeah, I failed that one.
Okay. All of you that failed receive another fatigue condition. Wolfram, did you passed?
No,
With an
I passed
18.
that.
That's a
Really
that's a
good,
big
yeah.
pass. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing much better.
So you're starting to feel the heat of the day. It's really beating down on you guys as night begins to approach. Nog is sweating his balls off. His massive gut and his gut plate are they look like they're well oiled. As he's just kind of like, he's kind of off a little bit from the rest of you. When Nog, the road has veered further away from the shoreline, closer to the mountains, like I had spoken of before at this point. And Nog, something spikes your interest. While you don't see creatures or possible meals. Well, you do. You might see possible meals as you see about 4 or 5 huddled humans, like near a rock, at the edge, and like a little like crevasse, and at the edge of the bottom of one of these mountains, the Atlan Mountains range. You spot them and you see them. They're kind of like huddled down together. It is getting dark.
It is getting dark. And so, how far away are they?
They're a pretty good distance away. You would have to probably grab everybody, and then you're looking probably like Nog's not exactly the best when it comes to math, but for you, Nog, it'd probably take you maybe 20 minutes to walk over there.
So I would return back to the group and give them a recon update. I reckon there's a group of folks about 20 minute walk from here. I don't know if they're up to no good or not, but they're over there real close by.
Should think they would not trouble us.
Well, if they come looking for trouble, it's trouble they'll find.
So are you guys setting up camp?
I
Yeah.
think we should.
Okay. You guys begin to get ready to bed down because it's to that point. You guys can press on further if you'd like. You will be traveling at night. You will not have to make any additional heat exhaustion tests, but there are inherent dangers with moving at night if you would like to press on further away from these huddled individuals. It's up to you.
What did these individuals look like? You say? You said humans or?
Yeah, they were human, and so to me, everything looks like a potential snack unless you're friendly. So,
Jumbo, think
but
were they humans or were they humanoid? I thought you said humanoid.
Human shape.
they appeared to be human.
I
yeah.
mean, you got to think
Leopards or
they
something
were
like that.
they were far enough away that he couldn't discern specifics.
Do you feel? Are we a threat, or do you feel it's safe to camp here?
All right, and it'll be all right. We know they're there, and you've got me.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
We have you.
manlings, you'll be safe. The Slayers will protect you tonight.
Speaking of that, are we camping? Do we decide we're camping?
Yes, you guys are bedding down, I'm assuming now. You guys begin to unload the cart. The Slayers don't have anything. They just begin to unload a couple casks of ale. They have some like packs, like maybe like just like a blanket they throw on the ground and kind of lay on top of. But other than that, there's almost nothing they bring with them. It's almost amazing, even for you, Nog. Like they don't eat. They just drink. They just drink and drink and drink. There's no food that they brought with them, but they seem to be doing fine, unusually enough. Regardless, though, similar to the first night, I probably should have mentioned this before, the Slayers are a raucous bunch. They drink well into the night until they pass out, essentially. A few of the boys are out drinking kind of out at the edge of like a large they build like a large bonfire every night out of like they scour the local countryside that you're in and gather what they can and just start a bonfire every single night, regardless of what any of you might have inclinations for or against. As they do so, at some point during the night, you guys, let's see. All right. I'm going to need somebody to give me a perception test. I don't care who it is.
I'm really good at that, guys, but I've gone already, so I kind of feel like one of you guys should.
Is there anyone not currently suffering from a level of fatigue?
Everyone is somewhat tired.
There's a couple of us who are only one tired.
32 perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, my perception is not great.
Yeah, Nogs is not good. Wolfram's probably your best bet.
I think I'm actually with a penalty at 31. So Lucian's at 32. I think we should go with him.
Go for it, Lucien.
We'll give it a shot. Hey.
Look at
18.
that. Look at that.
Okay.
Would have been 88 if I rolled.
All right. All right, Lucien. As you hear the raucous revelry, Lucien, you kind of you're used to a military encampment in some sense, being with the bold bastards as long as you and Wolfram have. And you could it's just a bunch of soldiers blowing off steam is what it kind of sounds like. They spout off long tales to each other. They insult each other's mothers. There's lots of oaths sworn around constantly. You're not exactly sure of the dynamic of their culture yet, but you can tell these individuals are somewhat hardy and warm, some of them rather dour. A vast range of extremes, one might say. It's hard to pin down what they're all like. It is also important to note that every single one of these individuals have like a different weapon. It doesn't appear to be any set everyone carries an axe or a hammer or a maul. No, it's all kinds of things that you see. Most of it, if not all of it, it does appear to be dwarven made and very fine at that. But Lucian, as it gets later and later, most of your party begins to kind of wind down. Some of the slayers have drunk themselves into a stupor and have fallen unconscious at this point. Cragbender has fallen asleep over a cask of ale that he's just kind of like draped over the top of his face, just kind of like in it practically. Hopefully he doesn't drown in the middle of the night. But as you looking out, Lucian, your eyes are beginning to kind of grow heavy. And as they do, something about it, you just kind of like look up and you see these small like shadows moving closer to your encampment, closer to the edge, not but maybe 30 or 40 feet away. It's so dark outside of the fire, it's hard to tell. But you saw movement of some kind, Lucian. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shout out pretty forcefully. Halt! Who goes there?
Who goes there? One of the dwarves kind of like pops up. It's just me, manling. And as he does, a serrated dagger pierces through his throat and begins to saw through his neck. He's like, as there's a small green hand has latched onto him, a cloaked figure with a large green bulbous nose out of it, as a goblin has snuck over here and is now stabbing this guy. Two more jumps on him as the ambush has been struck. All right. So, as this happens, let me go ahead and get my nifty initiative stuff ready for you guys, since this is taking place. All right, and I gotta find you. Nope, wrong one. It is. All right, I've got a whole thing on this. This is great. Sweet. So, you are currently being assailed by goblins of some kind. They all appear to be wearing black cloaks with strange kind of like red coloring around like the fringes. Their beady little like yellow and red eyes like kind of glow underneath the hood. They reek horribly of alcohol. They have these long, nasty-looking blades in their hand. Lucian, you do see a few of them further off appear to have these black short bows with arrows eerily similar to several you've seen in the past. But let me roll for them real fast before I put you guys in. They have a very high initiative. No, that's intelligence. My bad. Initiative actually isn't that good for them. All right. My gobos. Let's do this. Okay. Got none of that. So that's going to be 3. This is going to be amazing. I love it. All right, go ahead and you guys go ahead and roll me initiative. I should have said that already. My bad. All right. All right. what did we end up with? Let's go with Wolfram. What did you get?
He's muted. I think he's at 10.
Wolfram.
Sorry, there's a mute button. I rolled a 6, so that brings me up to 9. Sorry about
9.
that.
9. All right. Nog, what did you end up with?
I rolled a 6, I think so, and my 26 gives me 2, so that's 8, right?
8. Yeah, 8 for Nog. All right. Lucien.
6 for me.
6 for Lucien. How about Luther?
4.
4 for Luther. Love
Rolled a
it.
1.
Hmm.
So
How about Henry?
8.
An 8. So Henry and Nog, you guys tied. Which one of you wants to go first?
I rolled
Nog,
9.
'cause Nog has death blow.
Okay. Well, Nog will go first then.
All right.
So Henry will go after him. All right. Unfortunately for all of you, the Night Gobos are much higher than you in initiative. I'm sorry.
I'm shocked.
I know. I know.
I think, don't they have surprise on us too?
They do not, because Lucien saw them. Lucien spotted. They were going to get surprised if you wouldn't have saw them. That would have been bad. So all of you are aroused. You're oh shit! You begin to gather your stuff. The Dawi begin to turn. One of them already dead, being stabbed to death. The other one's turn. Oh, Groby! As they begin to charge out into the night, little axes flying over their heads. And you hear a voice out there. Fire! As a hail of arrows is going to rain down on all of you.
Oh, geez.
That none of you get to block. Henry does get to block, actually, because Henry's got a shield. So you will get to use your armor against this Henry. However, let's see here. What is their total? I gotta look at their to hit. They're not like fantastic, but they're not bad either. What's that? All right. So it looks like Jesus. This could be quite bad for you. Okay. Out of the I rolled 3 shots for each of you.
Mm-hmm.
As the volley is unleashed. 1 arrow is going to hit each of you. 2 of them hit Nog because he's so big. Sorry, Nog. So, all of you are going to take. Looks like 7 wounds. They're going to be.
Oh, real quick, would our HP have completely healed while we were?
Yes. You guys are all. Everyone's back at full. All that.
All right. So you say 7?
7 wounds. This would be considered a chest hit, if that matters for any of you, which it does for you, Nog. You have lots of armor on your chest. So does Henry. I think most of you have armor, except for Luther.
And so how do we do that?
Henry, you can use your armor for your shield too, because you kind of like move and can pivot.
Yeah.
Let's subtract my armor from the.
So
number of
subtract
wounds.
your armor plus your toughness against the damage.
It's a minimum of 1 damage, though, right?
You take a minimum of 1 if it bypasses the armor, which I'm assuming it's going to, because that's quite a bit.
4 plus. Okay, so technically, my toughness is a 4 and
Yes.
my armor's a 3, so I just only take 1.
You take 1. You take 1 wound. You're going to take 2 wounds, Nog, because you get hit twice. Everyone else only gets hit once.
Your armor's a 3? Is that the
It-
gut plate?
gut
Yeah,
Wow.
his gut
That's
plate's
awesome.
a 3. You know, he doesn't have armor anywhere else. He just has it on the chest.
I'm glad it hit you in the body.
So-
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it is also would be the most prominent thing to
Yeah,
aim for.
it's
would
true.
Be my gut. So
So Nog gets 2, kind of like 2 in the shoulder, like, oh fuck. The rest of you take at least 1 arrow at some point, somewhere on your torso. All right.
If we use the armor, is it expended?
Only
No,
if it's a critical. Good.
It's only you can only do that if you get there's a critical hit against you, you can suffer a point of armor. Now there are also certain weapons that will just hack your armor away.
Like my bullets.
That's a thing. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that happens. So, but for now, you're good. Several gobos are there's a volley that kind of unleashes on the camp. A few dwarves get struck, and they just keep going. They're hardy folk. Cragbender's up and moving at this point. Gobby found! And he begins swinging his axe wildly around. They're you see several of these small goblins, these night goblins, have like scampered up into the camp itself. It looks like they're looting your wagon currently. There's a bunch of them towards the back, just like throwing shit off, and a couple of other ones grabbing it and trying to run off into the distance, while the rest of them assail you. So that is going to be all that they can do in this first initial round. Wolfram, you are first in initiative.
Am I in the wagon that they're looting right now?
You currently are, Wolfram. You're like, oh shit! There's a gobbo in there. He pulls it up and he goes, He like draws his giant sword. It's your go, Wolfram.
I'd like to put my pistol into his face.
Okay, you draw your pistol. Go ahead, give me an attack roll.
Come on.
Now this is important. Are you in melee or not in melee?
You tell me. I don't know how.
Let me put it like this.
I'm hoping he's at one side of the wagon. I'm on the other side. I'm blasting
if you're not in melee, this will be a point blank shot. If you're in melee, it's just a regular shot.
Well, I'm hoping I don't want to be in melee. I want to catch him before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So because you're within, I think 3 feet, it's considered point blank. Once you get into melee, you no longer get the benefits of a point blank shot.
That's a plus 40 to my roll.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I can still flub it. So here we go. All right, guys.
See what you got.
Oh, and I have in the pistol, I have the heavy shot, not the small round. Heavy shot.
The regular. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, 29 under 101. So that's 7 levels of success. So
how much damage is it?
So 10, 11, 18.
18 points of damage.
18 wounds. Yeah.
You draw the pistol and you just with a 29. Where does that hit? Let me pull it up.
I think that's the right arm. If it's the same as we use,
it is.
Same chart.
It's the right arm. You explode this goblin's arm off its body. It's crooked, jagged blade just like flies off in the distance as it drops dead. A couple of the others in the back of the wagon freak the hell out, like, oh god! And 2 of them break actually. Ah, fuck! And run! He's got a boomer!
Do they drop our supplies?
2 of them do. As they start hauling off the back of the wagon, as one of them is just dead. All right, is that going to be it, Wolfram?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna I'm gonna shout real quick, Luther, to me, I'll keep you safe.
The smoking gun. All right, then that will bring me to Nog.
All right. So, there are several of them running away from the cart. Is that right?
There are, and there are just shitloads of them everywhere. You're not even sure how many there are, Nog. It's hard to.
Oh, but
it's hard to see
within
them.
Smashing range.
Sure, yeah. If you want to run up and try to smash them, you can.
Yeah. Let's make it painful for them.
Okay. The ogre wakes up. They go, "Oh, kill the big one! Kill the big one!" Go ahead and make your
take a swipe. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Against the little gobby gob.
They are small.
That sucks. That's like 1 level of failure. My weapon skills are 16.
Damn it, Nog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are quite dexterous, Nog. You go to swing, and they 2 of them kind of.
So
like
I don't
duck
get
underneath.
I don't get another swing.
Oh, that's it
because it didn't hit. Right. Yeah.
That's it. And 2 of them get points.
Squirrely little bastards.
As you swing your, they kind of like duck out underneath.
They're like ankle biters.
Yeah,
man.
they begin to scamper around you.
Oh, you little bastards, get back here!
It's going to be it for Nog's turn.
Little
Henry
noggy
Berthold.
heel.
All right, so we got the Slayers were running after the archers.
Well, it is complete darkness out there. You can't see. You guys can't see out into the darkness. You get the idea the dwarves might be able to somewhat see better in the darkness than the rest of you. Nog, I think you might have night vision. I don't know. You might. I think he does. So Nog can see a little better than the rest of you too, but the humans, which is most of you, you can't see shit outside of the firelight. It is dark as hell out here.
And there's no moonlight.
So you're not sure. No, there's no moonlight.
But I do know there's stuff happening at the back of the wagon.
There's definitely something happening at the back of the wagon. And even through the dim glow of the firelight, there do appear to be several that kind of moved in, and Nog is currently like trying to swipe at them as they're kind of like moving around him. They're like stabbing at him. Their little blades like not even penetrating his massive bulk.
Can I reach the back of the wagon by running?
Sure. Yeah, you can just your normal movement. You kind of get to the back of the wagon. You do see a few of these small goblins running out into the distance. There's several others waiting as you turn around the corner. You see 4 of them at the back of the wagon. They turn with blades.
All right. Well, I guess I'll attack one of them.
Okay.
So I have a -20, I think. From exhaustion.
From your fatigue, yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how poorly this goes.
It's a quick question. Is fatigue -10 per fatigue or is it -20?
-10 per condition.
Okay.
I failed.
How badly?
1 level of failure.
I think they might have missed. I need to make sure though. No, you hit barely. Ooh. As one of the gobos tries to dodge and he's too slow. He has 2 degrees of failure.
So do I just do minimum damage?
You do the minimum. What's the minimum?
The minimum is 8.
8? Oh, Jesus. Okay. As you swing, as it goes up, you can't even see it hardly because of the black cloak they're wearing. And you just so happen to slash through. A 47 is, I want to say it's chest. It doesn't matter for them because they don't have any armor. Yeah, it is. So that's across the chest. Circle around! Kill the stupid man thing! As they begin to kind of like funnel around you, Henry, as you're just swiping wildly in the darkness at this point. All right. That will bring me to Lucien Levesque.
I will probably follow Henry.
Okay. You see Henry bolt. You see Nog kind of like making a big target of himself in the center of the encampment.
I feel like that's going to be our rallying point right there. So I'm gonna run up next to Henry and take a stab at the whichever goblin.
You run over towards Henry as you see these goblins begin to try to circle around him, and you lunge at the nearest one. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Do I see the one that he's hit?
It would be difficult.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. Just go ahead and make your attack roll. We'll see how this goes.
I will also... Does it cost me anything? Can I just spend a resolve point to relieve myself of a fatigue condition?
It is a temporary relief if you do so. It's only good for 1 round.
For 1 round? Oh, geez.
Yeah. You can do it if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it just to give myself a little extra.
Okay. You kind of like muster and you... and then you lunge. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
I'm going to want to re-roll that.
Ew, critical failure. Yeah, you might want to re-roll that one.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a
fortune point?
Fortune, yep. Okay, there we go.
41.
That's 2 levels of success.
That will actually hit. How much damage is that?
That would be 8 wounds.
8 wounds. So you do, in fact, find the one that Henry had struck with that. You're able to. It's just by happenstance. Like it begins to kind of like stumble out. You see a little bit of blood between some of these nasty little small green clawed fingers. So you see it and you lunge and strike it straight through like its left shoulder. And it goes like all the way through its body. So you skewer it and then pull it out. It just crumples dead. Not the rest of them. He killed Grab Killer.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. That's it for Lucien. That'll bring me to Luther.
I'm assuming where's Luther, I guess. Question.
Luther, I'm assuming you're in the camp somewhere. So you
Okay.
wake up, you're like, oh my! As you got hit with an arrow. You see Nog swinging his giant like fucking saber that he has, just like wildly around the camp. Little figures dancing around. Little goblins running around everywhere.
I hear Wolfram cry out, he'll protect me.
Yes.
So I will. I'll try to move over towards the crew next to the wagon, I guess.
Okay. Now, do you want to go towards the back with Henry and Lucien, or do you want to scamper like through the side or the front where Wolfram is?
If I scamper into the wagon,
Yes.
kind of like post up and get a little bit of cover,
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay.
And then I will. I will take a.
There was a large bonfire.
There's a
No,
large bonfire
not
nearby.
next to me. No.
Yes, there
There
is.
was, wasn't there?
So you scramble up and you look back at the flames. You see Nog's silhouette in them, and you see
Yes.
the magical fire burning
Beautiful.
nearby. Yeah.
Maybe just a taste again. This just surely won't be mad this time.
It's just a taste.
I'll cast Dart.
Okay.
I guess I'll cast it on someone relatively close to us, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to cast it at one of the ones herring Nog or one of the ones in the back?
There's 3. How many are back where we are?
There's
3?
at least 3 back there, and there were around 2 or 3 at around Nog's feet. And then there's many others that are like, it's like this is chaos right now. In the encampment. Yeah.
I'll shoot one, I guess, at Nog.
Okay.
Maybe try to stop one of their momentums, I guess.
Yeah, you draw some of the fire to you. Go ahead and give me your magic dart roll.
Oh boy.
Here comes
Do I
the
get
little-
plus 10 because of the fire?
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Thank you.
Look
Thank you,
at it.
Dan.
It's ridiculous. I hate it.
Ooh, that's a 9.
My God.
So let me see here.
How much damage is it? I'm curious.
Well, it won't be much. So it would stay my regular roll because of my fatigue.
Okay.
But so that would be 3 levels of success plus my willpower, so 7 points of damage.
7 points.
Yes.
All right. Does it light 'em on fire, or is it just?
It
do
does
damage?
not.
Okay.
It just it's not. It doesn't light people on fire. It just
Okay.
stings them, I guess.
It's still a gobbo, and it hurts
Yeah.
it as you. It's like dancing around. It goes, ah, oh, ah, there's a little singe mark, like on the side of its head because the 9's a headshot. Like,
Okay.
some of its hoods burn away, and it like looks up at you. They got a shaman. There's a shaman up there. As they point towards Luther, they're wielding his staff. All right.
That's my turn.
The end of Luther's turn. Okay. That is then going to bring me, that's the end of the round. That's going to bring me to the top of the ground with the night goblins. You hear a call out of, you hear, Sneakaz! Quack, quack! Get it if you can't! Kill the shaman! Open fire! And a hail of arrows is going to be shot at Luther. Wolfram is also nearby. So I'm going to be taking. It looks like 7 shots at Luther and 3 shots at he's standing on top of the wagon, wheeling himself. You do have some cover. So
okay, I was going to say, I did try to
you each have a little bit of cover, so you each get the equivalent of 2 points of armor. That you will garner. So there is that. There'd be more if it was covered and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go with the 7 shots against Luther.
All right.
First one is going to miss.
My Godfather.
Miss.
Here.
Miss.
Oh, shit.
Hit.
Oh.
Miss. Hit.
Oh.
Miss. Miss. 2 out of 7. My God. Wolfram. 3 shots at you. Miss. Hit. Miss. 1 shot at 1 hit on Wolfram, 2 hits on Luther out of 10 shots. That is fucking ridiculous. I rolled so bad.
I just see a hail of just pinpoint arrows.
So
Wolfram, like the Matrix.
Wolfram, you're going to take one in the left leg. It is going to be for how much is this? There's only 1 level of success. It's going to be for 9 points damage. Woo, shit. That one hurt.
I am so close to being prone.
Now,
I just lost my momentum, right?
You lose your momentum. You do have 2 points of armor from the wagon, plus your armor on your leg, plus your toughness. So subtract everything before you decide you're on the ground.
No, I'm not yet. But
Luther
happens again. Yeah.
Luther takes 2 hits, 2 arrows. The first one is going to do 8, and the second one does 9. First one in the leg, the second one's in the chest. Are you up, Luther?
I'm still up.
You go out. It's a hail of arrows getting unloaded from the darkness. You guys don't see where the arrows came from. You're just showered, but tons of arrows just landing around the wagon, just peppering it as they do so. All right, the 3 Nog's feet are going to try to stab him. Nog, they do get a +10 to this because not only for momentum, but because you're so big.
I'm huge.
One of them got their momentum.
One of them did get his momentum taken away. You're right. All right.
Thanks for that.
So,
Keeping them honest, Luther.
with that, Nog, the first one, go ahead and roll a defensive roll, whatever that's going to be for you.
What do I use to defend?
That's up to you. You can either dodge or you can use your weapon.
See. Well, either way, that would fail. Critically.
Critically fail. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Nog, this one's going to hit. And with a critical fail, we have to roll on the fumble table for you in a minute.
Thanks.
This is a gut shot, though. As you're swinging around, it kind of leaps up and it's kind of on your back. Your plate wraps around you, and it gets right above the plate and just digs in. You still subtract the damage or whatnot, but you are going to take, it looks like, the rusty blade does way more damage. You're going to take 11 wounds, Nog. You can subtract your armor and your toughness. Yeah. As the rusty blade
3
digs in, you it's like and so it's just like,
oh, you little cheeky bastard, you're gonna be first.
Like
I'm
a damn
gonna
gremlin.
eat ya.
Eat ya. I love it. And then I'm gonna have you roll me another D100 for your fumble. Two. That sucks. As you're swinging, Nog, you smack yourself across the ankle and you lose 1 wound. As you, shit! You clip yourself with your blade.
I nearly did that once when I was messing around as a teenager, and
Exactly.
I almost chopped into my foot with a
Yeah.
hatchet. So
It
I
is
get it.
it's a thing. It's a
It
thing.
happens.
Shit happens. All right.
Poor Nog.
Nog.
He's like toddler stomping around.
Yeah. The next two are gonna take attacks against you, Nog.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead and defend yourself, please.
If done proper, no can defend.
We'll see. I have
Jesus Christ.
I have 4 degrees of failure on my end. So how bad is that for you?
Against my weapon skill,
Yes.
that would be 3 degrees of failure. So
With your weapon included, not just your weapon skill.
so my melee
Your melee
basic is
basic?
60. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a 60.
So that is, so you both tied, and I always give it to you guys when you tie. So you're able to barely fend that one off. I'm not going to say it counts as getting momentum though. You're able to barely.
That's a draw.
As you're swinging around, it's a draw as you smack it away. These
swarming little bastards. It's like Gulliver's Travels.
It is. Go ahead and make one more defensive roll as one more comes at you. This one has a successful hit. A 1. So, Nog, how would you like to kill the goblin? Because when you roll a critical on your defensive roll, when you're using a weapon, you actually lash back at the attacker.
I'm going to grab him and I am eating him.
You grab him, you reach down as he goes, and you grab him and he goes, no! How is you? Take a bite out of him.
I told you, fuckers, I was going to eat you.
And as
anyone else, who's next?
There's blood flaming everywhere. The two at the feet are like, no! We gotta get out of here. Everyone's starting to panic. All right. You have slain another. I'll go ahead and mark that one off there.
Yeah, you can mark him right off the menu.
Off the menu. I love it. All right. That is...
For anyone who's worked in a restaurant, I just 86 that fucking gobby.
There's the two at the back of the caravan. Or there's 3, excuse me. One opposing Lucian and Henry. The 3 of them, 2 of them kind of move around Henry, circling him, and the other one kind of like squares up with Lucian. I got you, you filthy little man meat. We're gonna eat your damn bones tonight. And they're gonna make attack rolls. Henry, you get to be first to defend yourself.
Defending.
I hope you roll well. I rolled rather good on this one.
That is a failure. Just a straight failure.
Okay. I have 3 degrees of success, and this is going to be a headshot, Henry. It's also even, which means it unfortunately bypasses your metal coif because it is partial cover.
It does.
All right. That is going to be... Oh, shit. 10 wounds, Henry, to the face as it lunges and stabs you right through the cheek. Just it pulls the blade out as it scampers around you. You do get your shield in the way still, so you get the armor from your shield at least.
Not as bad as it could have been.
While it does that, the second one comes up behind you. Is going to try to gank you in the back. Go ahead and defend yourself, please.
I'm gonna use my fast rapier. Yeah. And having seen this, I'm gonna go for the one that's attacking Henry.
The one that moves around him. You're gonna act out of initiative real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, Lucian. It's gonna try to dodge, which you rolled rather well.
Did he roll?
How many degrees of success is that?
5.
Nope, he only has now I have 4 degrees of success, but you beat him, Lucian. How much damage is that?
That's 11 wounds.
11 wounds. That's a lot. And a 12 is, I think that's the arm. Let me make sure. 12 is the left arm. As it kind of like moves around, you lunge out. And you stab through his arm. He's wounded, but not dead. He's hurt pretty bad. As he shit! He's gonna try to slash at Henry's ankle. Go ahead and make a defensive roll, Henry.
Another one? Damn.
Yep. It's still up.
Failed.
Fail. How bad? How many degrees?
2.
That is going to be. Make sure. I think this will be important because I think I might have 2 as well. That is going to be. I have 3. So you managed to get out of the way. You managed to get the shield down and block it before you smack it aside. Ah! As it happens, Lucian is out of position as he lunged towards the other one, and the remaining Gobbo is going to try to stab Lucian in the back now. It tries to take its opportunity to sneaky stab him.
Do I get to make it opposed?
You do. Either either a dodge or a melee roll.
I'm gonna melee.
Okay. All right. How many degrees of success do you have, Lucian?
That's 3 degrees of success.
That's more than he's got. He only has 2 degrees of success as he tries to stab you in the back, Lucian. As you quickly pivot around and slap the blade away as it moves to your back.
Damn! These things are fast! We need to get out of here!
All right. At this point, the Gobbos, yeah. That's all they're going to do for now. That's all they can do for now. Which brings me to first in the round. Initiative. Wolfram. Well, not first in the round, but next.
So I didn't hear you properly. Can we see the archers?
You cannot see the archers. They're too far out.
Can I see any group of Gobbos?
You see the Gobbos around Nog, and you see the ones around the back of the cart as you're kind of like standing up. There's a couple kind of like darting in and out of the campfire light, but past that, you hear the shouts of the dwarves out in the darkness somewhere.
Okay. All right, but I can't see. All right, that's I don't want to shoot my friends, so I can't. Yeah, I've got the small shot and the big gun. I'm gonna try and reload the pistol. It's a reload of 1, and
Okay.
I've got gunner, so I have a success. If I can I should be able to make it.
Let's see what you
Fingers
got.
crossed.
Go ahead and try to quick reload, Wolfram.
All right. Have yet to do a quick load ever, but let's try it.
Let's see. You never know.
Oh, I'm still pounding that powder, guys.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Wolfram, you get the
87.
The pistol's expended. You go to get your powder and you begin to pack it. Shit! As you're kind of looking around. You're nervous looking at the glowing flame around Luther's fingertips as you're trying to keep a little distance from him. Unfortunately, that's going to be
Luther
it.
looks up. Aren't you good at this? And
No, I'm not.
You're going to load. It's a pistol. It's not massive, but
Yeah.
you're like, shit.
I'm good at the shooting part.
That is going to bring me to Nog Throatlipper.
That's right. We're going to take another swing.
All right, 2 Gobbos at your feet, Nog. Go ahead and give me a swing.
Let's go. Good dice. Oh, yeah. That's a
shit.
couple of levels of success right there. Like 4.
The first one is annihilated because I rolled a critical failure on his dodge roll. As he
so
tries
he's
to
just
dodge, and
split quite in
he is
twain.
like, he like turns the paste around it. He's like, "Wah!" Just this explosion of body parts. He's dead. You can make your second roll.
My
against
momentum attack.
the remaining.
There we go. Oh, that's a failure.
Okay, this one will dodge out of the way. Unfortunately, Nog, as you swing, you cleave through one, and as you push through. Some of the goblin's corpse gets stuck on the blade and kind of moves it to the side, where the other one's able to kind of like stumble out of the way.
Not quite as smooth as the first one.
And it just kind of like growls at you.
I'm
Question,
gonna
did he
eat you
get-
too.
What was
Just
that?
real
Did he
quiet
get-
at him.
Did he get 1 momentum for eating that goblin, or no?
Yeah, you would have gotten a point of momentum for that.
So he would be at 70 for his roll. So that's 60.
Yeah,
He
it's still
just rolled 60.
Yeah, it still wouldn't be enough. He had 2 levels just on his dodge.
Okay.
But yeah, good looking out. Now he's down to
then.
no momentum.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm still gonna eat you.
Yeah, as you like look down at the little things scampering around you.
I look down at him and intentionally wipe off a little bit of his buddy.
Sick. All right, that'll bring me to Henry.
All right, one of them stabbed me in the face.
Did it's like it's just kind of like smiling at you. It licks the blade with your blood on it.
Ah, failed again. 2.
It
2
gets 3 levels of failure on its dodge roll.
All right, well that is 8 damage.
8 wounds. He was unwounded.
Luther stabbed him, or Lucian stabbed him.
He stabbed the other one. All right. The other one behind you is the one he stabbed. So you lunge forward. You catch it. What was the 51? That's the
51.
chest. Across the chest, you lash out, and you're able to like get a good nick across its abdomen. Some of its like open up a sizable wound across its gut. Is that going to be it?
Yes.
Okay. That will then bring me to Lucien.
I have already used my
Oh, that's right.
action.
Yeah, you've already used your action. Yeah.
I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Lucien, you keep yourself steady. I'm trying to keep the 2 remaining goblins into your vision, which will bring me to Luther.
I will take a. Question? Can I? Well, I'll do a dart. I'll do a dart.
Okay.
I'll do a dart.
Who do you want to fire a dart at?
I guess the one that looks wounded from Lucien's attack.
Okay. You kind of like go towards the back of the cart. You go ahead and give me your attack roll then, Luther.
If it'll do it. 29, so will be a success.
Okay.
So it's 2 level success plus 4,
Okay.
so six wounds.
How would you like to do this?
Oh shit! This is my own dart kill. You know. He just kind of like looks over the wagon, little outcropping.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of points out, and then a little dart goes, and I guess hits him in the arm.
It burns through him. And he just falls at Henry's back. The whole corpse lights on fire and just kind of like lays there. Quickly dies.
Henry turns around and Luther's sitting there. And he goes like this. And then
tries to get in deeper cover than he was before.
yes.
All right.
Arrows out of my shoulders, you know.
That's it for Luther. You guys hear that's the end of the round. You guys hear a blast from a crooked horn. It sounds strange and unnerving. This like strange little oink, oink, like kind of like wail out into the nights. And you hear all the goblins. Ah.
Damn. You got lucky this time. The Sneakaz will be back. Snoskit will have this pound of flesh.
As the goblins are going to spend what momentum they have to disengage and attempt to flee out into the darkness. Are you guys going to give chase?
Are there any that didn't have momentum?
There should be. The ones that we were fighting. At least one of them does.
At least one of them would, yeah. If you would like to attempt to make an attack roll, you guys can.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
Go ahead.
take a stab.
Give me a stab.
I rolled a 10
Okay.
out of 4.
I critically succeeded.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because he has the penetrating or whatever it's called. So penetrating, I think it is. Yeah. Impale.
Impale.
So Henry slashes out, clips one of the goblins. Spins it around. Lucien, how do you want to do this, Lucien? How would you like to end this gobbo's life?
Oh, just right through the back, just coming straight out of his chest. As he...
And you kind of like lift it up because it only weighs maybe 50 pounds.
Like a right proper skewer.
Yeah, he skewered him on your rapier. As you pull it out, he falls dead at your feet. As that happens, you hear the dwarves calling out in the distance, crying outwards. Luther, you look over to the side of the wagon, waiting for the hail of arrows, and none come, as apparently the Gobos have retreated for now. And that's where we're going to take our first break.